Greetings, friends, and welcome to my game room again. I'd like to tell you a little bit about a game that I devised myself called Bonnets, Bustles, and Boots. Bonnets, Bustles, and Boots has got a late Victorian theme to it. In those days, when couples were courting, they would almost always have a chaperone. And so that meant three's a crowd. But parlor games and card games quite often in the period were set up to play by three players, the couple and their chaperone. And so I created this little game to be a three-player game in that same vein. It's kind of based on other games of the period, but it is a new combination and a very enjoyable little game for three. So take a look at the rules here, and we'll come back in just a few minutes and wrap it up. There are two decks of cards in the game, the fan cards and the Bonnets, Bustles, and Boots cards. Shuffle the fan cards and place them in a face-up pile in view of all three players. Shuffle the rest of the cards together and place them in a face-down pile on the table. This is called the draw deck. Then each player draws a hand of 4 cards from the draw deck. You're trying to win the most fan cards by playing high-numbered cards from your hand to beat the bids of the other players. On your turn, choose 2 bid cards from your hand and lay them face down on the table. Once all 3 players have done so, turn all the bid cards face up. Add the numbers of each player's bid cards together and compare the totals. You are rewarded fan cards based on the number of other bids you beat. For example, if you beat 2 other players, you get the top 2 fan cards from the face-up deck. If you beat 1 other player, you get 1 fan card. Sometimes you beat no other player, and you get no fan card. Note that if all 3 players are tied for the bid, no one wins a fan card this time. Put the fan cards you won face up in a score pile with the most recently won fan card showing. The cards that were bid on this round go to a discard pile next to the draw deck face up. To begin the next round, everyone draws 2 new cards to bring their hand back up to 4. Generally, both of these cards are drawn from the draw deck. However, you may choose to draw one of the cards from your fan cards instead, the top fan card from your own score pile. That fan card might have a high number on it, so it would help you to win the next round. Or, if you've seen most of the highest numbered cards have already been discarded, even an 8 could be helpful. Once a fan card gets into your hand, it won't count to your final score. So you have to decide if it's really going to be worth it to win the bid in this round. It's up to you. You can see which fan card is next up on the pile. So that makes your decision of how aggressive you want your bid to be. If the draw deck runs out before all the fan cards have been won, reshuffle it to start a new draw deck. The final scoring. The game ends immediately when the last fan card is taken from the fan deck. Each player then counts their fan cards, and the one with the most wins the game. It's not based on the value printed on the fan card, it's the quantity of fan cards that counts. If there's a tie, the player with the highest numeric value of fans wins. If there's still a tie, the third player wins by default. Bonnets, Bustles, and Boots, which we affectionately call BB&B, because it's easier to say. I hope you get a chance to give it a try. It's available now from the Red Hand catalog and on the NewVenture website, of course. Always open to your suggestions. And be sure, if you haven't yet, to subscribe to the YouTube channel here and push the little bell button there so that you'll get notified when a new episode is completed. And in conclusion, I hope you enjoy Bonnets, Bustles, and Boots. And no matter what you play, be sure to play every day.